Hey everybody, welcome into Northern Life here with Ryan and Hunter. I'm Briggs, and thank you so much for being here with us on this Wednesday. I was kind of bummed. I was hoping after Hunter's story about his dream yesterday that I was going to go home and have like a wonderful, crazy dream about the workplace last night, but nada. Nothing
to report?
Nothing to report.
Dang it.
I know. So I'm going to need to, take whatever you're taking before you go to sleep. I'm just kidding.
Nothing but joy. Nothing but Diet Coke and
bottled water.
Bottled water. That's all I have. But do you guys ever have like stressful work dreams?
Yes.
Those are or even like dreams of back when you were in high school or anything
Sure.
like that? Like that's the worst. Those are the worst kind of dreams.
I think my usual nightmare is I'm falling off of a playground into what I believe is the ground, but then there's nothing there. So I continue to fall, and then you do that thing where you wake up and you like
Land on the bed.
Yeah. It happens all the time.
That feels so
it's
weird.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, my only reoccurring dream has to do with the lift bridge, and I'm on the lift bridge, somehow up above, and I don't know why because I'm not in charge of lift bridge, but there's a bunch of puppies swimming in the canal, and there's a ship coming in the background, and I have to decide what to do with these puppies in the canal. It's crazy. I've had that dream maybe like over 5 times, which is a lot of times to have that random dream. It depends, the dream ends different ways every time, and it's very upsetting when you wake up and realize, maybe you didn't get the puppies that time.
That is
so
quite
weird.
Crazy.
It's got to be nice to know that it's not real.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd like to know what it means for my psyche.
Maybe we'll go to Lady O and figure it out or something
Need to bring someone in to figure this out.
Exactly.
We probably should. Yeah, yikes.
I was gonna say I've had I didn't mean to stop the whole thing, but I've had also a recurring dream where I'm never ready for the noon show. It's happened like maybe twice or 3 times. Usually I don't have pants. Like I can't find where my pants are, and I don't have pants for the noon show. Luckily that's never happened in real life, but it's a very weird recurring dream. I don't know what it means.
So you do the show without the pants?
Well, I think I wake up before the noon show ever starts, but like I'd want to actually live through the dream, not in real life, but in the dream, and like figure out what I do. What am I gonna do with no pants on? It's a weird dream to have.
That is quite the weird dream. Is this the Lego movie? Honey, where are my pants? Yeah. Wow. I suppose you could get cropped up. You could say like, hey, Director Seth, crop me from here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Meteorologists, you don't have to see below the waist, so that's nice.
You could wear green pants someday and test it out.
That's true, exactly.
Like you'll have no below half to begin with.
That's genius. Interesting.
Oh, very interesting conversations here. Coming up today in this real life, not a dream, Rachel Hackbarth is here with another Does It Work product, looking at a wallet that's promising to save you space and money in the future.
And before then, we'll also have more of your viewer comments to get to on this Wednesday, including a special mail delivery to our station with a little artwork from a viewer out there. But first, let's get into today's talkers. We got dreams to talk about. And also, guys, I was leaving work the other day, and it prompted a talker for us today. And this kid on the sidewalk was doing a jump on his scooter, like one of the Razor scooters, not an electric scooter. And it just got me thinking, how cool would it be to experience something like that again for the first time?
Yeah.
And so I was going to ask you both, what is an experience you would like to relive for the very first time?
Let's see, I absolutely loved going to tennis lessons when I was little at Longview Tennis Club on 4th Street here in Duluth. So much fun. All your little friends would be there, and just, you'd spend like the whole day at the tennis courts playing.
Sounds awesome.
It was amazing, I know. So I'd love to get to experience, a summer like that again. So much fun.
Wow, I thought long and hard about this, and I think what I would choose is driving for the first time. And it happened when I was younger because my grandpa would have golf carts on his farm, and so I was probably 8 or 9 when I started driving those golf carts around. My grandma also let me drive her car once when I was like 11 or 12. So
on the road?
On the road.
State Patrol, turn this off.
I was in a little town known as Beardsley. It's about like 100 people or something like that. So there weren't a lot of other cars on the road, but I'm like, how am I doing, Grandma? She's like, you're doing great, son. Keep on going. So it worked out perfectly. That's how I learned how to drive, and I've been hooked ever since. I love driving.
That's cool.
I was going to say, too, being able to experience the Metrodome for the very first time again. And when you're walking on the concourse and you see the field through the tunnels in a way, or getting blown out of the Metrodome. Remember the wind that would take you out of the Metrodome? Being able to have that experience over again would be so amazing.
Do you remember what your first game at the Metrodome was? Vikings or Twins,
I think it was a Twins game, but I
Okay.
remember a Vikings game there. But a lot of the Twins games were so much fun in the Metrodome. It'd be cool to have that time again.
Dang.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, a Duluth beach has been recognized as one of the best beaches in the U.S. Travel and Leisure's website listed the 25 best beaches in the country, and Park Point Beach was listed among the best. The publication describes Park Point as the world's longest freshwater sandbar. Travel and Leisure did not reveal its methodology for how they picked this list, but they did say the criteria included things like the quality of the sand, the waves, level of seclusion, and accessible parking as well. I looked through some of the others on this list, and we were up there with some pretty big. There was like a beach in Kauai, Hawaii.
Oh, sure.
That was number one. And then there was also a beach though in Chicago that made the list. Yeah, because they talked about the buildings you can see in the background, how cool that was. Another one in Michigan too. I think it was called Grand Haven Beach.
Okay. Sure.
But lots all over the country that were very impressive. So to be named in that ilk is very cool.
Do you guys get to the beach too often here in Duluth?
I wish I would get out there more, especially during the summer. It's so close to us down here. Another one, I really like going to Wisconsin Point as well.
Yes.
Yeah, Park Point seems, sadly a little crowded. You'd be like, you go take the nice long drive to Wisconsin Point, and maybe it's a little less crowded on that side of town.
True.
Yeah.
My grandma used to live on Park Point.
Really?
So yeah, we'd go down and visit her quite a bit, and then we would go. She lived on the bay side, so we'd head over to the beach side, look for driftwood. She was a big driftwood fan.
Sure. Does she keep it in her house and stuff?
Oh yeah,
Really?
She was a collector, you could
cool.
say.
Okay.
Collector of driftwood.
Yes. So she had all sorts of stuff, and then her neighbor did like some driftwood art too, which is a very popular thing to do with that. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if there should be a list too for the best winter beaches, because I'm sure Park Point would probably be towards the top of the best winter beaches in town.
That's true.
Oh my God.
Nice and cold. Well, also before we head to break, I know NOAA and the CDC are out with a new heat risk tool for the public out there. So as we get ready for the summer, be sure to check out that on their website to make sure you are taking care of yourself when the heat does arrive.
There we go.
No kidding. Well, coming up, we have some fan mail and artwork to share. Thanks for being with us.
Welcome back, folks. So we all got lovely letters in the mail earlier this week, and after we all opened them, we found these lovely cards with the Northern Life artwork on the outside. Homemade. I don't know if we can zoom in, Seth, to see exactly what they look like, but all three homemade. We'll be saving these for sure. Look at how awesome that looks. A lot of time put into that. Northern Life with our kind of, you can see the green and the brown in there, the Northern Lights actually in there. So it was really awesome. A very nice message on the inside as well. Show was always fun and full of information. I learned so many things, and this card was handmade by Mandy Gertz. So go hit her up.
Big
That's
thanks
awesome.
to Mandy.
And she also said the show always makes her smile and puts her in a good mood too. I know she wrote us individual messages even on these handmade cards. It was so sweet.
That's so nice. And from Ida Bell Kudak from Northome, Minnesota. So big thanks to you all out there. And I like the, there's like a special stamp on the back too. It says special delivery snail mail from Mandy.
I love that.
On it.
So cute. I'm definitely hanging mine up on my desk. Can't wait. Beautiful
really nice
artwork.
artwork.
Well, let's get to some of your comments and messages from this past week, shall we? Our first one comes to us from Brian after we were talking about turning your lights on while driving in the rain. He says, Hunter, it's against the law in Minnesota to flash your headlights at an oncoming vehicle with their high beams on. So I guess you're not supposed to alert those people that they might have those lights a little too bright for your liking.
Right, and that's what I said too last week, but it's kind of a catch-22 because it's also illegal for the other person to have their brights on going at you. So what do you do? Do you just let them leave their lights on and blind you while you're driving by? I mean, it's a weird catch-22.
I don't know.
Some of the new cars nowadays, the lights that are their regular lights are sometimes brighter than other people's brights.
Yes.
And
insane.
also, I'm just going to call out the people that have the cars that are similar to cop cars. Those people who have the new Ford SUVs. If you're driving a new Ford SUV, I'm going to be driving the speed limit around you because I'm going to assume you're a cop.
Slamming on the brakes.
Just be honest. And then I turn and it's some nice person who's driving. I'm like, I thought you were a police officer. So you always get me because those undercover cop cars. They're hard to spot sometimes.
Sometimes I've seen some that are like pickup trucks.
Yes.
You know, they got all kinds of vehicles these days.
You gotta be careful.
I know. Stealthy.
Very stealthy. Well, after all the comments we got regarding our lack of knowledge when it came to ponies, horses, and miniature horses, let's round out all of those comments with this one from Bradley, who said, "Pony is also a small keg of beer."
Well, we should have known that. I don't know why we didn't know that.
That's in our wheelhouse, I think.
Me and my friends Mike and Kevin, after work sometimes when I was down in the Twin Cities, would get a small keg of beer after our work day on like Wednesdays. The beer was terrible, but
was it cheap at least?
It was pretty cheap. You get a lot of glasses in a mini keg, but also I'm still young. I feel like I was a college partier at times.
Sure.
Responsibly. possibly.
Yes, yeah.
But I've never been to a keg party.
Oh,
Really?
Like a real keg.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
so that was kind of your keg party, I guess.
Yeah, but a small one with a little pony. I was hanging out with little ponies.
Is it tough to do a keg stand with the really small keg?
It's you need a good balance.
Sure.
Good
Okay.
handstand balance.
It's the adult version of the My Little Pony dolls that children play with.
Yeah, you bring My Little Pony to the party.
Oh man, for coffee drinkers out there, we got a recommendation from our viewer Alan, who told us the best coffee is Red Diamond. I think this comes after like a list that rounded out some of the worst coffees that we were talking about. Wasn't like Folgers kind of up there? And
Folgers was up there.
Red Diamond. I had never even heard of that.
I think they're based in Alabama, if I'm correct, if I looked it up properly. But Uncle Bob, it has the Green Mountain coffee. I think Green Mountain was on that number 2 in the worst, the opinioniated top 5 list of worst coffees.
Yeah.
So Uncle Bob that day sends me a photo of his Green Mountain coffee, and I'm like, how is it?
Was he a fan?
He is apparently a fan.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had Red Diamond, so we're going to have to maybe give that a try sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were trying to remember and rattle off all the national parks in the Northland, or our coverage area, the other day, and thankfully we have you all at home to help us out with that, because Teresa said there is Apostle Islands National Lakeshore, which is part of the National Park system.
Oh,
So that's different than the actual. Wait. I'm thinking Voyageurs National Park. Okay,
Yeah,
so those are two
Voyageurs
different
is
things.
different.
They got-
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Those are 2 different things.
yeah, it was just Earth Day actually, and the founder of Earth Day from Wisconsin actually played a big role. And I believe the legislation that helped make the Apostle National Lakeshore.
Senator
what it is.
Gaylord Nelson.
Yes.
Yeah, way back 1970.
I think
started
so.
Earth Day?
I think that's what
Yeah.
what we said.
Wow, that seems kind of recent. Isn't that weird?
Relatively, yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. Good for Wisconsin. There we go. That's a point for Wisconsin right there.
Shout out Wisconsin.
And since Ryan doesn't have a microwave, Luann sent us a recipe for him to try to make popcorn on the stove. She said so much better than bagged popcorn, so enjoy. Did you try it yet?
I have not tried it yet, but
Okay.
I do love bagged popcorn. So that is a problem of not having a microwave. I love the butter on the side of the bag and the bagged popcorn.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah. It's a problem. It's an issue, as one might say.
Still can't believe you don't have a microwave. That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
know. We have a microwave upstairs. I am a culprit. I do use that. but
Sure.
I don't need it at home.
You get
I don't
to
need
fix
it
here.
I got recipes to use it on the
Right.
stovetop. I'm
There we
set.
go.
I'm good to go. And finally, why not end things out with a cartoon we got from Cindy, who sent us a photo with a message that just said Ryan Half. And on the cartoon, it says, "I'm not sure how to tell you this, Glenda, but you've been sitting on a golf ball for the past 3 months."
That's sad. That's not going to hatch anytime soon.
That's not going to hatch anytime soon. Some poor golfer is still looking for that ball. Well, thank you for those comments, everybody. Coming up, is Hunter's wallet better than what Rachel Hackbarth has to offer? We'll see you after the break. Welcome back. For wallet users out there, there's a good chance your wallet is leather or cloth or some sort of bendable material.
Yeah, if you're looking for a new one out there, the Slim Mint wallet looks more like a turtle shell, kind of interesting, and it's promising to be ultra thin and practically indestructible option. Oh my gosh.
That is a
forgot a
hard
word there.
word. That's tough. Rachel Hagbarth puts it to the test in this week's Does It Work?
Wallets are a popular item at Parker Mitchell's clothing store for men. One wallet he does not have in stock, the 1999 Slim Mint. The makers advertise this as being ultra thin yet almost indestructible. It's the first time Parker's ever encountered a wallet that needs instructions.
Maybe it needs a little more instructions for somebody. Yeah, usually wallets, it's kind of self-explanatory.
But this Slim Mint wallet is advertised as being different in a couple of ways. For one, the hard shell material, and also the way it opens.
Push button down until Slim Mint flips open. To close Slim Mint by pressing together firmly until the wallet clicks shut.
Parker is going to try and see if some of his paper and plastic can fit in here. Unlike Parker's wallet he uses, he believes the Slim Mint does require some careful strategizing.
I stuck about five cards in there, and it doesn't want to seem to close.
He finds the Slim Mint does have other limitations.
My front pocket here.
Does it feel more cumbersome than a normal wallet, or?
It feels maybe a little bulky in there. They say it's slim, but I mean it's pretty pretty thick there if you're going to stick it there in your front pocket.
As for the strength of the Slim Mint,
Well,
We wanted to ask you, do you want to?
if I were to actually drop it, obviously it breaks apart, so it doesn't stay well.
from what Parker's seeing, he doesn't think this wallet is thin enough or strong enough for his liking.
Overall, it's kind of a unique concept design, but I would think it's kind of maybe difficult to probably use.
For Does It Work, I'm Rachel Hackbarth.
I guess. I mean, it doesn't look like you can put too much stuff in that wallet.
Right.
I'm a person that really likes to stuff my wallet. The classic, I don't know if anybody watches Seinfeld, the George Costanza wallet, where it's just filled to the brim with stuff. So you can't fit too much stuff, but maybe for like travel, if you're going on a 3 or 4 day vacation,
True.
just put what you need in there and it's indestructible.
True. I don't know what I would do with all my point cards. When you buy something and they're like, here, you get a punch for every time you come back. I get 10 of those because
Sure.
I never have it with me, so I wouldn't be able to fit in there.
Yeah.
I'd argue too that Hunter's wallet there probably looks like about the same thickness as what's supposed to be thin.
Yeah, that's
pretty
true.
thick.
Look at
and
that.
then I don't know if you can see.
Oh, there's
this
Ryan's.
is mine. This is I barely have. I got a couple cards in there, but I also attach this on the back of my phone sometimes.
That's super nice.
So it magnetizes. So kind of cool. Oh, sorry, Seth. It kind of magnetizes to the back of the phone, and so it stays on that way.
That's really cool.
Yeah, kind of wild.
Do you have an air tag also on there?
And so yeah, when I take it off, it says your wallet has been detached from your
Nice.
phone.
Oh.
But if I put this in my pocket, the wallet usually always detaches, and so then my phone's always going to say, you lost your wallet.
That's kind of
no,
sure.
it's in my pocket. Yeah, but I don't know. I think Hunter said too that it says indestructible. It should have taken it out to the parking lot and tried to
Right.
drive over it to see what type of damage it would do.
I'd like to see. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, bust out the tank or something and drive
Right.
over with a tank or, I don't know, an aircraft.
She should have gone to the military base.
There we go, yeah.
I'd like to see if water could get in there or not.
That's a good question,
Yeah,
too.
I think water, it opened easily when he dropped it on the ground.
Right.
Water could probably fly through there.
Yep.
I'm not sure about that one. When we come back, we'll chat about tomorrow's show as we get ready for the NFL Draft.
Tomorrow, here on Northern Life, it's going to be a big night for Vikings and Packers fans. A lot of implications going on. It's time for the NFL Draft, which is taking place in Detroit, Michigan. We'll talk to you about what you can expect to see and our thoughts on what our favorite team should do. Maybe an offensive line or something like that. I don't know. Just spitballing here.
Don't we need a quarterback?
We need a quarterback,
I guess
or
we
at least
do.
a backup quarterback.
He's worthless, though, if we don't have an offensive
No trust
line.
in Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold for MVP?
I don't know much about him.
I don't really either. Exactly. But that's something we'll have to talk about tomorrow.
We'll have to wait and see.
I'm
Hey,
excited to see what happens.
I am too. Before we go, you need to see this video. There was a heroic group effort to save the life of a driver stuck in a burning vehicle in St. Paul last week. According to the State Patrol, the driver in a Honda struck a light pole and then a guardrail, and several Good Samaritans there attempted to pry the vehicle's doors open, and eventually a MnDOT worker managed to break the window and rescue that driver. And guess what?
Jeez.
Out of all those flames, in a little, explosion towards the end of that video, nobody had any injuries. The driver was taken to Regents Hospital just to check on.
That is insane.
Yeah, definitely a fight or flight response, and those people were fighting.
Yeah.
Love to see
Kudos to
that.
everybody involved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good people out there, that's for sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.